So tell me your name and what are you doing here?
My name is Cecelia Curtis, and I'm here to take a look at a new way. I'm 72 years old, and I'm tired of the old damn way. And I'm here to also support the young people.
And you think Bernie is the way forward for that new way?
Yeah, I think he is a start. Whether he's able to carry forth his policies that he wants to carry, I think he'll open the door for the next person to come in and finish and get things set up. So my vote is all I have left in this country. Everything else has been taken. And I want to make sure that door stays open. So the policies around education, the policies around national health care can be carried forward. We have thrown away so much money in this country, and I'm tired of it, and I'm tired of us minding other people's business. We need to mind our business and take care of our own country. So that's how I feel, and that's why I'm here.
And so are you all in for Bernie, or?
I'm all in for most of his policies, and I think if he doesn't win, that whole conglomerate of policies that he does have on his agenda will never go forth during my lifetime, and I'm 72 years old. And I think it would be very sad if I didn't get an opportunity to see change in this country. And we are wasting time, we're wasting money, we are being lied to, our money is being stolen, and I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it.
When you say our money's being stolen, are you talking about the DNC, what happened last time?
I'm talking about the fact that I've been paying, I'm 72 years old, and I've been paying into Social Security since I was 18. I've been working all my life, even as a child, in cotton fields and tobacco fields, and other things that allowed me to support my family and my community. And you sitting here telling me 30 years in advance that my kids and my grandkids won't have the opportunity to get money from the system. The money was there. What happened to it? It was stolen, and it was never put back where it was supposed to be, and people are telling us to forget that. I may not even be able to have opportunity before my lifetime is over to use it because it's dwindled away. And it's been taken by politicians, and I don't want to hear it now, 72, that my grandkids and my kids are going to be required to pay into that system and possibly get nothing back. I'm for them creating their own system and holding on to their own money and not allowing politicians to handle it. So that's how I feel, and I'm also here to support the young people. If you can talk about national education for our children, you're talking about opening up a whole new world, and you're talking about changing this whole country in the frame of thought. And so I want to support that. And other civilized countries have national education. Why do our kids got to go and I got a relative that has $200,000 worth of educational bill from one of the best universities in this country. There is no reason for that. He's got a wife and 2 beautiful children. How you going to front that and you working for the government? And they ain't paying you a damn thing, and they close it down every time they feel like it, or they get mad, or they're not working together. It's a loss of time, it's a loss of money, and it's a loss of human resources. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, you sure? You sound like you got.
Yeah, I'm mad. I'm sorry. I'm mad as hell about it. That we haven't gotten any further than we've gotten, and there have been plenty of people, presidents ahead of where we are today, that pushed for policies to make the quality of life in America good for its people. And then we got a whole lot that are all about themselves and their little groups, getting rich, who haven't cared a damn about us, the people of this country. They need to go.
One of the things you said is, as a white person, when I hear someone say, a black woman say you work in the cotton fields, that's like, it blows my mind to think that happened in my lifetime.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, we supported the agricultural economy in this country with no resentment whatsoever. I had no problems picking cotton at 7 and 8 and 9 years old. When it was going for the welfare of the country and a part of industry in the country. That never bothered me as a child. But what bothered me was when I got my age and I'm worried about when my employer is going to come to me and tell me they're going to buy me out of my pension. I'm worried about somebody telling me now that my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren got to pay into Social Security and that they may not get anything from it. That needs to stop now, and they need to come up with a plan where they control their own money and set up their own pension plans and set up their own health care plans. And I think that the people who hire them, and they're at the top of the economic structure, they're multi and triple and billionaires, they need to pay for that. And they need to pay for that based on our children's educational contribution that they can make, their skill contribution. It doesn't have to be, I gotta get it all. What about we all getting a fair shake? So I think, I've never been a socialist before, but I think if we don't take opportunity to support a socialist government, we'll never be able to revisit it again. That's some of why Bernie Sanders has not been successful on Capitol Hill. Nobody supports him.
Well, Dr. King called himself a democratic socialist.
Yes,
so
he was.
Yeah.
By all definition, he was. And as soon as people expect for 400 years of non-opportunities, that once they gave us opportunities as black people in this country back in 1960, and now they think we've had enough. And how do you overcome centuries of oppression? How do you do that and then expect to go all the way to the top and be perfect, be capable of being real smart and real bright in certain things when you've been denied it for hundreds of years? That's unfair. That's unfair. This system that we have, was moving along at that time, but when you don't have the opportunities, I'm not trying to make excuses. What I'm trying to say that it takes time to grow, it takes time to rebuild your confidence in yourself when you've been enslaved. And who the hell are you or anybody else to say that it should be over there? So that's the way I feel. A fair shake for everybody. I'm not talking about giving anybody anything, because most people want to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. But in this country, you've gone from the lowest all the way up to the highest, and there is no middle. Where do you pull yourself up to? And who has the right to make it that way? And if we sit at home and don't come out and speak out about these things, if we put politicians on Capitol Hill that don't give a damn about us, all they give a damn about is their immediate family and their friends and their buddies and their own upliftment, and we let them stay up there, we're the ones that have the problem. So that's how I feel. You asked me. I'm mad as hell. I don't know if there's anything that I can do about it at 72 years old, but I was certainly out there in the forefront in the 60s, pushing and encouraging my people, African Americans, black, Negroes, niggers, whatever you call us. out there pushing for better opportunities. Have we all used it? No. But you can't take a small group of people and evaluate a whole big group of people and say that we are complacent, that we don't care. That's not true. We fought for equal education and we have everything but that. And when you allow private schools to move toward getting the government to support them in tax deductions for keeping their children in private schools, and then you allow them to make large contributions to private churches that support their separatism, their racism. We got 12,000 private schools in this country. That's a hell of a lot of schools, and most of those schools popped up during the 60s when the schools integration started. People started moving their children out of public education into private schools. Here again, separate but equal. Where's the equal? Schools are falling apart, they're deteriorating. We're allowing people from Mexico, China, and other places to come in here that are part of cartels. We're allowing them to import women in here to be abused, and then we also allowing them to take our own women and abuse them. So to hell with it. I've had enough, and I often pray to God these days that He come and take me. That He come and take me, that He not allow me to be afraid, that He not allow me to give up while I'm here, to believe in what I believe and fight for it in a way that is as peaceful as I can make it. So that's where I am. Right. So I've had enough here.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Yes.
I've had enough here.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Make sure to get. And can you spell your name real quick?
Yes, it's Cecelia, Cecelia. My middle name is Stith. That's my slave name. And it's Stith. And my last name is Curtis. I was married to a former Vietnam veteran who went to Vietnam 6 times. He always went when he got mad with me. And he was in communication, and he died not long ago. He was an ex-husband, because that's kind of hard on the family, and it just didn't work out for us. But I do support the soldiers that fight for us. I think we need to be very careful when we decide to fight. I'm not happy about what happens to men that come back here that are maimed and pushed into post-traumatic stress disorder. We treat them disgracefully. That needs to stop. And the decision about war or no war need to be made by the people, not by politicians. So they need to go somewhere and sit down. They need to go and retire, and they need to allow young people to start preparing themselves for these positions. They're not about this country, they're about themselves. And we can't keep on putting up with that. We're getting nowhere. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, Cecelia. Take care.